Okay, so little update. A week has passed, sort of. It's Saturday now, the 30th of August, and I am at a festival. Well, it's like they call it youth celebration, and basically it's like a festival of the churches nearby, and it's for the youth, as the name reveals, and it's actually like a festival that I normally would go to with pop music and everything, except that the artists are religious. Well, I mean, more than these artists are religious, but these really preach about it during the concert, and well, I knew things like that would happen, but I had never been part of something like that, so it was pretty strange at first, because, well, first there was a Finnish group, so I didn't really understand that, but I did understand, of course, the word Jesus and stuff like that when they shouted it through the mic, and it was strange because it was like a hip-hop group. It was like young guys, like, yeah, wearing like normal clothes, young, cool guys. So yeah, it was strange. And then because I'm just not used to it, because in Belgium it hardly exists, and then there came a British group. I'd never heard of them before, but they also had like normal pop songs, really cool, but they also talked about Jesus and God and everything, and near the end there was like a group prayer and everything, and yeah, it was so strange to be a part of it, but I just let it come over me and I observed, and it was really interesting. I am not religious myself, but I do have respect for it if people find comfort in their religion. And it was really strange for me to see how these people my age are so religious over here. They participated in the prayer very enthusiastically, which is something that in Belgium would never happen, except maybe like in very, very small circles. So yeah, it was a bit surprising. I know that these things exist, of course, like people being religious, but I'd never I'd never even known that there were artists like these, because the British group, their name was LZ7. They apparently they toured a lot, and they are popular in New Zealand, especially because they talked about how they went to the schools there and spoke about how God loves you for who you are, and they tour. So yeah, and apparently they're also very popular in Finland because they're coming back in November as well, and they also said like, thanks for having us back. So yeah, Finland is pretty religious, but it's like not in like a way that when you're not religious it's not okay, because the group prayer was also like, we have to close our eyes for those out of respect for others and such. And it was okay to not participate. But it was nice to see and nice to listen to, because I always find it like a shame that in Belgium religion has faded away like that. But yeah, I'm not really the person to think it's such a shame, because I'm not even religious myself. But I would never hate on the church, because I do respect others for what they believe in. So yeah, that's where I am now. It was a little strange at first, but now that I have an idea of what's happening, I can go into that tent with the right attitude. Of course, yesterday I was calm and open-minded, because I always try to be, and it worked. But I was mostly observing instead of like partying like the groups wanted us to. But yeah, I was a bit stunned maybe at first, so yeah. These are my surroundings, by the way. We're by a lake. We had to drive for like 4 hours maybe. Yeah, Finland is pretty huge. I also noticed that most people don't stay at home in the weekends. They always or mostly leave home in their RVs or campers. Yeah, it's common to travel a lot, even when you only have 2 days. And that's something that in Belgium, not families don't do it very often. You do it with your scouts or something like that, but yeah, not very often with the family. Of course, there are families that do it all the time. But this morning I also went to get a shower, and it was so strange because I didn't know what to expect. And then I saw that the showers were like one room, and the showers weren't closed off, so you could basically see everyone else in the shower. And I was like the first to go in, and there were a couple of girls changing, and I didn't know how to behave, because this never happens in Belgium. Even at the festival I went to, the showers were closed off individually. So now I was showering, and I was like praying, because I didn't bring my bathing suit or anything like we would do in Belgium. Then we would shower in our bathing suits. But then luckily the girls came in as well, and they were fully naked. And I was actually relieved that I wasn't the only one being completely naked, but it was normal because we weren't embarrassed or like laughing at each other, because in Belgium, if you'd have to shower together, it would be awkward and people would laugh. It only happens like in sports clubs maybe. I only experienced it once, and I even was wearing my bathing suit, and the other girls were also maybe still wearing their underwear or something. So yeah, that also was a first for me. But yeah, it's probably because people go in the saunas here, also fully naked, and that makes it like less weird and maybe completely normal to be in those circumstances with other people, like still same sex. So yeah, people in the saunas will never probably mix genders except like in your family or something. You can go into the sauna with your husband, of course. Since yesterday as well, yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, I've been feeling the fact that I'm not at home anymore. So one would call that homesickness, but it's still nice. It's not like I'm desperate to go back now, or that I'm sad or anything. But I do feel that I miss like my family, friends, mostly like my family, because I get their mails and pictures of things they're doing, and then you can feel it that you're not with them as you would have normally been. But it's okay because I love it here, and it's so nice, and I want this, of course, so I would never think of like getting on the plane now, but yeah, you can still feel both things at once. It's all one package, it's part of the experience, and it's all real, which is nice. I don't know if I'd be scared. I probably would be scared and worried about myself if I didn't feel anything about the missing part. But I did put some pictures on my walls in my room, and that feels a lot better now. And sometimes it's a bit harder, and I feel it more now. Like, for example, when yesterday I was with Mariana and her boyfriend and her friend, and they don't speak English, or at least not well enough to understand me or talk to me. So yeah, I was pretty lonely then, but it's okay because I know it'll get better, and at school I do have, or I'm starting to have friends, and I can always talk to someone there because they're so nice, and it's really, really nice. Of course, my host family is really nice as well, but you know, if they can't speak English, you can't really talk to them. I'm also just silent then, because yeah, if they don't understand me, then there's no point really in saying anything. But it'll get better because the Finnish will come eventually. I'm learning every day, so that's nice. So yeah, that was a little update. Next weekend I have the AFS weekend, the first weekend. So that's exciting. I'll be meeting so many people, and yeah, seeing Sam again. So that'll be nice. I'll keep you posted on much more during the course of the week. Oh yeah, and this week I had a really tough schedule in school. I had 38 hours, but because they gave me so many hours, because otherwise I'd have like jump classes and not know what to do, because yeah, I'm new in the school and in the town and I don't know anything. And but now after a week of really exhausting days, I've gone to the principal and asked for an easier schedule. So I dropped maths and biology. Biology because there was no point in being in that lesson because the teacher didn't speak English, and I was just sitting there because there's no point in translating everything, because yeah, they go too quickly for me to translate everything, and yeah, Google Translate isn't the best around, so it was really pointless. And maths because yeah, to be honest, those were always hours in the morning and at the end of the day. So that's nice to have those gone. And also the level was really, really easy. It was the maths that we did like in our 3rd year or maybe 4th year in Belgium. So for me 3 or 2 years ago. And I already knew how to do all of it, so it was nice. I could participate, but well, yeah. There are other lessons that I can go to and participate in. So yeah, I feel kind of bad for dropping those subjects, but I kind of feel really great because now I have such a great schedule and I won't be so tired and I will have more time to do things I love, like write. I've been writing so little lately, and then I can work on my blog and take some more pictures, walk the dogs more, because I told myself to walk the dogs every day, but I only did it twice. So yeah, that didn't work out, but maybe now it will. So yeah, let's go back.